Chapter 5, Retrospective Home. Liu Hanping understood this as well. His family had always made a living mainly by hunting, and they only cultivated and maintained 5 acres of land, which was less than other villagers. However, he was still reluctant to leave his hometown. Gu Qian naturally placed her hand on the table and casually touched the back of the bowl. It wasn't hot anymore, and was just right to eat now. Let's finish this meeting quickly, or we can talk about it after we finish eating. But there's always more hope when you go out. If you don't get used to being away, you can always come back. She made it sound so easy, as if moving was as simple as a picnic, which made all 3 of them look at her. Xiao Bao had finished his cornbread and was also looking at her, making her feel a little uncomfortable. Liu Hanping pondered for a moment. Although it wouldn't be a problem for the 2 elderly people to stay here, their son was still young. Okay, let's go out then. Qian, after you finish eating, go to the city and buy more grain. I heard that grain is more than 200 wen per jin in the city. Go and check with a few more stores. 200.5 coins per pound. That's about the same price as in the mall, but I'll have to compare it in person. Before she was ready to speak, she heard, Qian Yang, go home and talk to your family first. If they are willing, then leave together. Gu Qian then remembered that she now had family, and her family had treated her quite well, so she replied, I'll go to the city first, and then go home. Liu Hanping nodded. It's dangerous on the road now. Let Qian go back with you. Liu Yichuan didn't want to follow her at all, but she dared to go out and fool around in the middle of the night. Gu Qian didn't want to go with Liu Yichuan, but she had no money. The peddler had taken her money yesterday, and she had to rely on him to buy anything. After finishing their meeting, it was finally time to eat. The porridge was at the perfect temperature, and Gu Qian finished it in a few big gulps. After tidying up, Gu Qian went out with Liu Yichuan. She had hoped to get closer and talk to him, but he walked so fast that she could barely keep up. He must have done it on purpose. It's been so long since yesterday, and she didn't even hold a grudge, so why wash still so petty? Xiao Chuan, wait a minute. Gu Qian's voice was loud, and she was panting as she walked behind. Liu Yichuan waited in place, and only after she caught up did he ask impatiently, What are you doing? Hurry up, it's getting dark. Gu Qian felt it was necessary to clarify things with him. Xiao Chuan, yesterday was really a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? A mocking smile curled at the corner of his lips. Does my sister-in-law think everyone else is a fool? I really feel sorry for my brother. Forget it, I won't explain anymore. If we really settle the score, I'm definitely in the wrong. Let's skip last night and just give a guarantee. Yes, I was wrong yesterday and didn't think things through. In the future, I will definitely discuss things with everyone before doing anything, and I won't do it again next time. Looking at Gu Qian's serious expression, Liu Yichuan said, Sister-in-law, you'd better remember what you said. After saying this, he walked on. Wait, I haven't finished yet. She hurried after him, but he suddenly stopped. She couldn't stop in time and bumped into him. Gu Qian looked up at him. This boy was only 16 years old, yet he was half a head taller than her. She rubbed her sore nose and said with a flattering smile, Let's go to my house first, so that they have time to prepare after we've talked to them. He looked up at the sun. It was not yet noon, and there was still time. He grunted in agreement and started walking towards Gujia village. They walked in silence, and Gu Qian noticed that no matter how fast she walked, she was always about 10 meters away from the person in front of her. Since she remembered the way home, she stopped chasing and just walked at her own pace. However, she found that even when she slowed down, there was still a distance of about 10 meters between them. The original owner didn't have many interactions with this younger brother-in-law. Was he usually this aloof, arrogant, and awkward? An hour later, they finally arrived at Gujia village, and Gu Qian went home based on her memory. The door was opened by a little boy of 8 or 9 years old. Auntie, Auntie! After the initial confusion, the little boy happily took Gu Qian's hand and walked in while calling out, Auntie is back. The Gu family consists of more than a dozen people: Gu's father, Gu's mother, and 2 older brothers. The eldest brother's family has 3 sons and 1 daughter, while the second brother's family has 2 sons and 1 daughter. The family was preparing for lunch, so everyone was present. Upon hearing that Gu Qian had returned, everyone's expression changed. But everyone in the family thought that she had come back this time because she wanted to stay at home again. Gu's mother sighed inwardly. "Oh well, let's stay home then. It'll be a bit difficult, but at least we're all together as a family." The eldest and second sisters-in-law were a little nervous and looked at Gu Qian with some hostility. They had lived with Gu Qian for several years after they married into the family and knew her temperament very well. They were sure that she would just eat for free and not do any work after she came back, and the family really couldn't afford to support any more people. The family stood at the door watching her. Finally, Gu's mother spoke up. "Qian Yang, Zaya Achuan, you're here. Come in quickly, we were just about to have lunch." Then he turned to his eldest daughter-in-law and said, "Xinghua, make 2 bowls of porridge." Xinghua was a little reluctant. There was only 1 bowl of porridge for each person, so there was no extra. It was all taken from other bowls. Gu Qian could also tell that, apart from the children who didn't know any better, the others didn't seem to welcome her, so she quickly refused. "No need, Mother, we've already eaten at home. We've come here on important business." Gu Qian explained her purpose to her parents, and seeing their surprised, doubtful, and hesitant expressions, she finally said only, "If you've decided to leave, come to the Liu family tomorrow." Before leaving, I looked at my nephews and nieces. Their clothes were patched upon. Not a single set of clothes was intact. The so-called porridge was just ground millet with the husks on, and the soup was so clear that you could see your reflection in it. In her memory, the original owner's family treated her well, but she didn't have anything to give them, so she turned her gaze to Liu Yichuan. Liu Yichuan was a little confused by the look in her eyes. "What are you doing?" "You have some money on you, don't you?" Gu Qian softened her voice, sounding somewhat pitiful. "I wanted to leave some for my family. Consider this a loan, and I will definitely repay you double in the future." "Didn't your older brother leave you anything?" Liu Yichuan asked suspiciously, as she hadn't given him any money after her father's accident. Gu Qian's face turned pale. "It was all stolen yesterday." "Serves you right," Liu Yichuan said, kicking someone when they were down. But he still took out the silver from his pocket, and Gu Qian took a small portion of it from his palm, about 1 tael. Gu Qian stuffed the money into her mother's hand, but her mother immediately tried to return it. Gu Qian then pulled Liu Yichuan away from home quickly, saying, "Mom, we're going to the city to buy some things. You'll have to come over once you've decided."